Hey, good morning from the office. 8:01 this morning. Sorry, running a minute late. Hold on, I got to turn this phone off. My apologies. But I tell you what, I'm your host, BKP. North Georgia's only live online morning show. You got all that, right? I'm trying to stall here. I'm sending Josh some pictures this morning. I want to get up. How is sickness going through your office, your house this week? Hopefully everybody can get through it. I fought, as you well know, last week, I fought the cold for about 3 days. It's running through the office here. So how about you? There you go. I'm just a little more stalling. I should have it now, Josh. Okay. You should have everything and go. All right, just sent you the last one, Josh. So start putting those in ASAP. And as I call for them, just like every other day, make it happen. Okay. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. If you would like to contact the show, you can always get in touch with us at 706-889-9700 or chief@fetyournews.com, and there are all the social media ways you can follow us. Now, put up the picture there. Let me give you just a brief here of what we're going to do this morning. Okay, put up the brief picture. The very first one that I marked concerning this story here with Justin McKinney and Anna Franklin there. That I sent to you first this morning, Josh. All right. Now, we have an update in this. Excuse me here. Marco Rubio moment. Remember that? There's your quiz for today. What did he do? He did his Republican response, and he took a drink of water in the middle. Okay, so there you go. There is Blake Dickey, Hunter Hill, Lakota Ricky Cloyer, Dalton Levi Manuel. Those are the four that are charged at this time. And in the center there is Justin McKinney, who was murdered, and Anna Franklin. We have an update on this story. By the way, 11 Alive, if you're going to say exclusive interview, maybe you should go on the internet and see who did the first exclusive interview 3 days ago. So that being said, Anna Franklin did another interview, and there's another story on 11 Alive. We have the most recent updated information. We have, ever since, just to let you know where we're going with this, ever since we went out and had did an interview with Anna Franklin there, we started researching her interview and got some details. So we've got a lot in that story. It's going to be 9 o'clock. So I'm telling you now so you can tell your friends, tune in at 9 for that update. We'll do it exactly at 9 o'clock. Okay. Let's see. Let's go here. And Josh, can I get... we're going to start with this. Folks, the economy is bad out there. Just how bad is it? Now, first of all, let me show you this morning all of as many as I can. We'll start with that. We're going to talk about the economy and what they're trying to do, the media, all right? This is another thing that they're trying to do with, and we're going to talk about the interest rate. It's a little boring. We're going to talk about what's going on here with the Federal Reserve. I'm not going to claim to be an economist. I'm not going to claim to really understand some of the details, but I do know just enough to be dangerous this morning. So give me number 4. And what I want to do is I want to show you some of the things going first thing this morning right out of the box. The stock market is on pace for the worst December since the Great Depression. Okay? CNBC, MSNBC, first thing this morning. The stock market is on pace for the worst December since the Great Depression. Now, I'm going to use this not on a daily basis, but again, Friday, it was referred to that I was sounding bleak. I am not. Bleak is their forecast. Bleak is, you should, this is the media, okay, not me. You should understand by now, Donald Trump was a mistake. If we haven't, and I'm going to paint that today, but how many out there, and this is the next thing they want to bite into, all right, is Trump supporters. How many Trump supporters, Donald Trump supporters, the president's supporters, are second guessing and saying, you know what, it was a nice try. You know what, we do have the evidence now that he actually did not win. The media is looking at you and say, you do realize now, we do know, and we'll get into that with the Russian numbers and what Russia was doing in 2016 and so forth. You do realize he did not win. That's where they're at. When you got up this morning, do you not realize he did not win? Do you not realize what you see now is the disaster he has created in 2 years? Do you realize you did an experiment? American people, you did an experiment. First, the guy's not legitimate. He did not win. We have proof of that. We have proof the election was so manipulated by the Russians to even suppress the black vote, who would have guessed that, right, on the internet, that we all got to come to terms this was a mistake. Hillary should have been president. And you're seeing what happened with this experiment. One, he needs to go. We should kindly ask him to go. We should nicely ask this guy to go. If President Trump was to walk in today and say to his advisors, when do you think this may end? The answer is, I'm your advisor. I'm President Trump's advisor. And you walk in this morning and I respectfully say, good morning, Mr. President. How are you today? Good morning, BKP. Look at the news. Look at the headlines. When do you expect this to all end, BKP, and them to realize how great I am and what a great president I am and how my America First agenda has been awesome for this country? When will it end? And I will look back and say, Mr. President, when you decide to leave your last day of office. Now, I don't know if it ends there because you have Judge Napolitano. You have the judge. Did I send a picture of the judge? I don't know if I sent a picture of the judge today or not. But you have the Judge Napolitano who said that, yes, he is now officially an unindicted co-conspirator. You know, I'm just going to tell you something. I hope I'm not breaking news to you. There's a reason why Judge Napolitano enjoys to be on Shepard Smith's show at 3 o'clock. Why do you think he hangs around with Shep? Just saying, you figure it out. Judge Napolitano and Shep, they're drinking lattes together, that's all I can tell you. Anyhow, so he goes on there and the president's an unindicted co-conspirator, but he could be a sealed indictment. Meaning one could be sealed that they could serve on him the day he leaves. So now my advice, my answer, Mr. President, the day you leave. But then they're going to meet you at the end of the circle. You know the horseshoe drive out there? They're going to meet where you usually, the mics are used. They're going to meet you right there and they're going to say you got served. Okay, so number 5 this morning. So give me number 5. Yes, at 4:59, right at 5 o'clock in the morning. The very first thing, that's Central Time. So, very first thing they open up with this morning, MSNBC, stock market down 507 points. Give me number 7. Number 7, New York Times. All right. Wall Street hits new low, 2018 lows, as Fed decision looms over market. The decision looms over, you remember when the interest rate was 0? Remember when it was like negative? And everybody was lined up at the discount cash window? I ain't lying, it was negative, right? And we were printing money. Guess what happens every time the Fed raises the rate? All that quantitative easing that somehow we're supposed to get back to the Fed because they named it the Federal Reserve, trying to lead you to believe that it had something to do with the federal government, and it absolutely does not. They named it that. They put district Federal Reserve offices all over the United States only for one reason, to lead you to believe there's not a centralized control of your money. It's the biggest BS that was ever sold to the American people, the Federal Reserve. They loan us money. They loan us money. Every time you take $1 out and you go pop, pop, all right, with that dollar, they printed it. They loaned it to us. We owe them for that. So the quantitative easing at 0 or 0.0001 rate, and then it fell to 0, all that money, every time the Federal Reserve raises the rate, it's also raising the rate of what we have to pay them back. Hey, I know I'm not an economist. I'm not trying to play one on TV, but I'm going to tell you something. Every quarter point that goes up, it slows things down. And we'll get into that a little later. But here's what they're trying to do this morning, just in time for Christmas. You notice the controversy they created surrounding Thanksgiving? Remember that? Oh, they're trying to create that same controversy. They're trying to whip everything up in a frenzy for just in time for Christmas. All right, give me number 8. MSNBC again. Showing the president there, stock market on pace for worst December since Great Depression. Worst year since 2008 financial crisis. We haven't seen nothing like this since the 2008 financial crisis, and we haven't had a December like this since the Great Depression. And who's in the Oval Office? Donald Trump. Just saying. Let me see if this one is any different. 5:15 a.m. This was at 5:15. Show me this one, number 10. They keep over and over. The reason I'm showing you the same thing is the bottom right-hand stamp. This was at 5:15. The other one was at 6. They keep going over and over this morning, okay? Give me number 11. 4:35 a.m. Central Time. Wall Street Journal, Dow Industrial fall 508 points as investors fret over growth. It's everywhere. Then you have the other right here, number 15. Number 15, this is the negative news of the morning. No deal in sight as government moves closer to shutdown. Sorry, we are partially closed. And what will that mean? That number 14, 350,000 workers, the checks will be delayed. No deal in sight as government moves closer to a shutdown. You know, on top of that, let me see if I have something here I want to show. I don't know if I want to show it before I go to break. But on top of all of that negative news and all the things that Trump probably should be doing to save this great country, you know what I mean? I didn't get, oh, give me the other one, 19. Give me number 19. You have 19? This was CNN. I was doing MSNBC. 1:07 a.m. this morning, meaning very first thing out of the box. CNN, stock market drops as investors worry about economy. Dow falls 508 points. Okay? And then this is CNN at 1:07 a.m. this morning, Pacific time, meaning I think it's 5 or 4 a.m. They start right out of box number 20. Okay? 1 a.m. Pacific time means 5 o'clock, the very first graphic on the screen. Okay, to start their day. Very first to start their day is number 21. Okay? I mean, I don't even know. I'm concerned that you would even send your kids out today. Now, I'm upset I didn't get the right one, okay? Because it does say this, and I'm going to look to see if I have another one that says what I want. But you look at everything going on, and then the heartless bastard, number 17. I mean, it's not enough Trump killed Khashoggi this year. It's not enough that Trump, you know, has ripped children away from their parents, the evil Trump that he is. It's not enough that he's done that. It's not enough he's killed Khashoggi. It's not enough that he started riots in Paris. It's not enough. It's just not enough. It's not enough that, you know, the poor people down at the border are sick and can't get through to our side for the needs, the free things that we can give them. It's not enough. It's just not enough that he, you know, killed that little 7-year-old girl. And then the heartless bastard goes and does this. I mean, look at this, the travel ban. I mean, keeps a mom from seeing a dying son. And I will tell you this, I'm going to go into break, and when I go into break, I'm going to come back, because there's one of the banners, I thought this one said it, it says Trump travel ban. Trump's travel ban keeps a mom from a dying son, because she lives in a country that's, you know, on the ban list. I mean, he's the heartless bastard. I mean, what are we going to, how are we going to keep this going? You know what I mean? I'm going to take a brief break. We're going to set some things up. We're going to get ready for the second half of the show. I mean, the morning here. In the second half of the morning, we're going to talk about a little bit of the Federal Reserve and what's going on with that. Yes, James Comey, and some of the other negative news of the day that they're trying to give you right before Christmas. And then at 9 o'clock, don't forget, at 9 a.m., we are going to have our update on the Justin McKinney murder in Fannin County. Josh, take us a break.